Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. So when are you going to stop cheating?
Last week.
Why did you cheat for so long?
The thing about it is this. I feel like, and I say this to my friends all the time, there's something with how we're created as men that makes us lust after multiple women. Even a faithful man, and any man will tell you this, right? Even the most faithful man is.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. Listen, it's a difficult one still, but we need to have this conversation. Okay, I just watched this interview with McGame and on the Shade Room, and I focused on this particular part when he spoke about cheating, and I found it quite interesting because I wanted to know where this came from. I watched Club Shay Shay a little bit of his interview as well, and I had to ask this question: why is he comfortable with cheating? Why is he so comfortable cheating? But when it comes to his daughter, he wouldn't even recommend his daughter to date somebody like him. Like, you have to actually deep it. He himself knows that a man coming to him and he had the same reputation, same behavior that he has, he wouldn't be comfortable with that man dating his daughter. And the reason being is because there's a cognitive dissonance. He thinks it's okay to do what he's doing so long as he's teaching his daughter not to date someone like him. But the reality is that it doesn't matter what you teach. It's what you do. So if you're out here cheating on other women, you're teaching her that men will say one thing and do another. It doesn't matter what he says. He's more than likely going to put her in a position where she's going to date a man similar to him, but worse. Somebody who smiles, is charming, wonderful to be around temporarily, but has an aptitude for cheating and saying, hey, I'm just a man though, you know, I'm just a man, and I can't do anything else. Like, like this is how God created me. And this is coming from somewhere. So this is a 2-part breakdown. I'm going to break this down over a couple of days as well. So this is not going to be just a one-off breakdown. We're going to do a part 2, but I really wanted to tackle this issue. I felt like this was a really big conversation to really have as well and be able to start breaking down. And a lot of this also comes with attachment styles. When I look at somebody like the game, his background comes from a very trauma-orientated background. So it's natural that when he starts talking about relationships, he starts talking about cheating, that this has a pathology that we need to break down. But look, before we get any further, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notifications of the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, so loaded. We're going to break this down, man. This is why the game has to cheat on all the women he's with. I don't agree with it, but this is why he's doing what he is doing. So we're going to explain it a little bit more. Let's listen a bit more, and then we'll break some more down.
Never cheated. There's something that whoever created us, right, God, put in us that makes us lust after multiple women, which makes me think that we're not supposed to be with just one woman. Now, we try our best, and I think that is how.
Did you try your best? 15 years?
Not really, but I'm a work in progress. What I'm saying,
So now he talks about how he has an inability to be disciplined and controlled in the area of sex. There are men out there that will incredulously make a claim that men are supposed to just go out and have sex with multiple women. And I can't really talk the hardest because I've actually gone out and had sex with multiple women. The reality is it's a base level part of us. It's the beast part of us. The uncontrollable urge for lust is a beast part of the man. And this is why the Bible says be renewed and born again. This is why your mind needs to be renewed, because the base level of you, which lacks discipline, is why the Bible says in Romans 7 that I wish to do what I want. I wish to do what the Lord tells me to do. I wish to do what God wants me to do, to follow his law. But there is something in me that works against me, that doesn't want to do something else. The base level of you will try to have sex with multiple people. But the consciousness that comes to an understanding of evolution, and when I say evolution in terms of a mind that recognizes consequence and patterns, should start looking out into the world and recognize that your inability to be disciplined actually affects people on an emotional and a physical and a spiritual level. This is why he can't do it no more. But he's come to that place. So the cheating that he's doing is not free. Now, he may think so because he's not telling his daughter to date someone like him that he's free, but the energy you're bringing back into your house, trust me, your daughter's paying attention and observing how you move versus what you say. No matter how much you say you love your dad, in fact, you're going to create a cognitive dissonance in your child, a paradoxical thinking. My dad loved me so much, yet he had several baby mothers. And then also within that space, He has a thought process that tells us that he can cheat but still love me. So he can cheat on other women that he's with. Why would so a man loving me is actually him loving me and cheating on me? But then he will go and tell her that no, a man that loves you wouldn't cheat on you. Now think about the madness that is. Look, let's think of it on a real level. He's going to tell his daughter, if a man loves you, right, he should be faithful to her. Or he's going to have to tell a message this way. A man loves you, but he may cheat on you. What kind of message would that be? Right? Even message is not great. If he says a man loves you, you know, he doesn't cheat on you, he respects you, all those things, but you're doing all those things that a man shouldn't be doing, then when she ends up trying to pick somebody, because we pick based on our observations and the patterns we existed in, right? She now knows that a man can love her and cheat on her at the same time. Either way, there's a cognitive dissonance. Either way, there's going to be a paradoxical thinking. Either way, you're creating a schism in her mind. This is problematic in his thought process. So he's not free. He may think he is, and any man who thinks they are, it's not free.
Me, like, I have such a difference in opinion when it comes to monogamy and, like, you know, what a woman deserves, because I think, like you, I've been sitting here with you, and I'm a great gauge of character, so I know that you're a good woman at this point.
Thank you.
I think that a woman like you deserves a faithful man.
Okay.
So I'm not going to ask you your number. I'm a work in progress. But what I'm saying is that that's what I believe.
Yeah.
I believe that you deserve that.
Okay.
Can I or Ken or Ron or Tremaine or Jonathan be that for you? We're all going to try our best, especially if we love you. But
now this whole of we're going to try our best is nonsense. I'm gonna tell you why it's nonsense, because if you had a woman that said to you, you know what, I'm gonna try my best not to cheat on your ass. I'm loving you. I'm trying my best. You're gonna call her a classy woman, or you're gonna call her a disgrace, or you're gonna call her a whore and a hoe. I want to be real with you. We're not going to call her those names. There are going to be names that are going to come out of the pocket, because we recognize this behavior is somebody who's undisciplined, is down, and is actually demoralizing and devaluing. But as men, we also have to look at it from a perspective. Yes, I understand the stereotypical aspects of us sleeping with many women. I get it. But what we're saying, listen, I may not agree with any of it, right? But here's my thing. If you're going to be single, be single. What you're doing by cheating is by having your cake and eating it. What you're really saying is that I want you to be in position where you can cater to my emotional needs, you can be my support, and you can be the net that catches me when I fall. But I'm not going to be that for you necessarily, because at any given moment, I could cheat. I could step out. I'm going to try my best to be disciplined, but I can't. Well, then don't be in a relationship. Just be single and do your thing. But the reality is that you want to be in a relationship, but you're afraid of it. That wording, and I know some men might not like it. That is essentially what fearful avoidance actually is. It's the hot and cold. It is, I want to love somebody. I want to be loved, but I'm afraid of loving someone, because I know that when I do love somebody, they have the opportunity to hurt me. And by the way, I'm not saying this from an emptiness. I'm saying this from a vacuum of understanding where it's coming from. When you listen to his Club Shay Shay interview, hopefully we'll get time to do that, you'll recognize this comes from somewhere. It has a pathology behind it as well. Listen a bit more.
We fail more times than not. So I think that there needs to be multiple conversations and multiple transparent relationships. And I think that what we can do with our women going forward, and anybody that watches this can, you know, take this and like let it lead. Let's just be more transparent about our wants and our lusts and like what we think, you know, and make your girlfriend, matter of fact, let the foundation be friendship first.
Right.
So that way you can talk to your girl about when you get an itch, and she might turn into too bad for you on one night.
Do you believe in monogamy?
I believe in monogamy, yeah.
Do you believe in polygamy?
I believe in polygamy too.
What is your preference?
My preference is to strive for monogamy.
Okay.
But polygamy is seems like it just gives you that Coca-Cola aftertaste. I mean,
Stop it.
See, and so reality is that he's not got the ability to be able to be disciplined right now. He's not trying to be disciplined because the temptation in front of him is so much more appealing. And so this is talking about our base level desires, which we've not recognized and learn how to tame. You know what I'm saying, Chu? So if you listen to him, he sounds duplicitous. which one do you prefer, monogamy or polygamy? Yeah, monogamy. I strive for monogamy, but polygamy. No, then say you're polygamist. But he can't say that because he doesn't want the women to be polygamist. The reality, and that's not even the words, but I think polyamorous will be for the ladies or whatever. But he can't say that because he doesn't want a woman to have several men. So he actually does believe in monogamy. The problem is, now the problem becomes a bit of power and control. I'm not saying that he's not necessarily a controlling person like that, but he's now in a place of control because I need to make sure you can't do what I'm doing to you. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, but you can't do it too, right? Because that would be a fair situation. Like, oh, okay, look, I'm gonna have several men. You can have several. I'm gonna have several girls. You can have several men, and then she can do what she wants to do. Do you get what I'm saying to you? But you don't want that situation. You want her to have be monogamous, and then you stick into it where you get the best benefits out of it and get to move around as well. So again, what I'm saying to you is, how much of this can he say to his daughter, and how comfortable would he be to explain all of this to his daughter?
You're one of those types of men who, like, I can cheat, but if you cheat on me, it's a problem.
I am. You know why? Here's the thing. This is just me. So everybody gonna watch this. They gonna smoke me in the comments. You know what? Shoot me up. I get shot up on Shade Room all the time. It's like it's like expected.
It's a rite of passage.
I love it. I come there just to get shot up. But I think that they gonna shoot me up. It's just I think that women are better than us. That's number one.
No.
It's
Don't.
He's not lying what he just said. Okay, what he just said, he truly believes this. I'm going to tell you why he believes this. Many men who have this thought process believe the exact same thing. They say women are better than men. What does he actually mean? He doesn't mean it in the way that you think he does. When he says women are better than men, what he means is women are more mature enough to be able to be disciplined. Women are more better than us because they can actually stick to one man. Women are better than us because they love and they nurture and they care. And it's all cock and bull. Well, I'll tell you why it's cock and bull, okay? Because what he's really saying also is that when he compares himself to a woman, he sees the inadequacies within himself. He's an inadequate individual when it comes to a woman. That's why he's doing what he's saying. He recognizes the inadequacy and the inability to be disciplined. So the reversal to not call yourself inadequate and feel bad about yourself and say, oh, well, women are just so much better than us. Okay, women are so much better than us. They're more amazing than us, etc. Now, as a woman, you shouldn't even accept this. You shouldn't be clapping him. Yeah, he's right. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't even get excited because it's nonsense. Women are not better than men, and men are not better than women at the end of the day, right? Because now he's put it underneath the guise of, well, women are better than us, and so if I do bad things, it's expected. It's a bit like when you're in school, and when you were, if you're the good kid, you know what I'm talking about, right? You're the good kid. And there's a bad kid in your class. You're the good kid, and you talk one time. Teacher's like, get your books, get your pens, and get out my class. And then there's a bad kid. The bad kid talks once, twice, three. Come on, you're bad. Come on, behave. And you're thinking about it. Wait, hold on. Why did he get 3 chances? I got 1, and I'm out of the class because they've put a higher standard on you as to what is expected. But what they don't recognize is by doing that, you also give that child too many leniencies. The child needs to recognize there are consequences regardless. Right? Regardless. So what he's doing is he's putting a standard on the women, say, you guys are higher standard. And what's going to actually happen is the women are going to buckle underneath the weight of the standard, because what he's really saying is you guys got you're so much better. That's why you have to also uphold the standard of being loyal and being monogamous. There's no fear for him when he has women that will always be loyal and monogamous. There's no fear because he knows that the good guys have to play by the rules. He's a bad guy and he will always play by breaking the rules. And that's always going to be the case for him in a relationship. And you as a woman, if you go and date him, you are going to be in a deficit.
I know you're a woman. Now listen. I know you're a woman,
okay.
And so it's hard to grasp this. But when you look at a woman, you look at, and I mean a good woman, a really good woman, and it could be any race. But when you see a good one, and you know it's a good one, it looks like God standing in front of you.
When it comes to your daughter, would you want her to end up with a man like you?
Absolutely,
as a partner, not as a father, as a partner.
Lord, please no, no.
So, but what if she sees the things you're doing, like, well, dad does it, so it's okay?
Well,
Now, this is a really interesting factor. Immediately as they asked him a question about whether he'd want his daughter to date someone like him, what does he tell us? No. And the no was so straightforward. He didn't try to beat around it. He didn't try to go above it. He didn't try to go under it. He didn't even try to do some schematics of, you know, mental gymnastics. He said straight no. Why? Because he knows exactly what his behavior is. Bull crap. Let's just call it what it is. Let's call it exactly what it is. It's bull crap. And you know, like I said, I'm not mad if you say, listen, hey, I'm single, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You're actually cheating, and you're actually saying you're cheating. You actually don't mind cheating on people. That's a completely different level. When you're single and you broken and you out here in them streets, do what you gotta do. Okay, I get it. Listen, I don't like it, but you know what? At least you're single, that girl's single, everybody doing some single business. Okay, I don't encourage it because honestly, all right, you're gonna see what's gonna happen out there. I've been there, I know what's on the streets. But if you're gonna do that, at least you're doing that. But when you drag somebody into a relationship and then you're gonna pretend and say, oh, you know, I try my best, you know, I try not to cheat, you know, you're never gonna accept that as a reason as to why she would cheat on you. So you can't give yourself that reason. Just be single. That's where the dark pathology comes in, because there's two things here. Number one is a sense of entitlement, but number two, there's also a sense of sadness we should have for you. Here's why we should be sadness for you. You don't think you're good enough. That's a scary thing. The game doesn't recognize that he doesn't think he's good enough. Now, some men are not going to recognize this. They're not going to understand the pathology of what I'm saying to you. So I need you to listen to this several times over and get it. The reason why you get into relationships and cheat on all those women is because you found good, because by the way, he chooses very good women, he says, right? You found good women, and because of their goodness, it exposes your inadequacies, and it exposes your insecurities, and it exposes your imperfections. You're not comfortable sitting in a place where you are exposed and you are vulnerable. The very same reason why a lot of people don't like Jesus. A lot of people don't like Jesus because his perfection exposes your imperfection, and you're not comfortable with that. That's not for all people, I guess. Everyone has different reasons why they don't come to Jesus. Please, we don't want to focus on that point. I'm just making an example. It's very hard to come to God when you feel guilty. And it's very hard to love a woman and stay faithful when you feel guilty. Why does he feel guilty? He feels guilty because he feels like, I shouldn't say guilty, he feels shame. He feels shame because when he dates that woman and she's giving him so much love, he feels like he can't give it. He feels like I'm restricted. He feels like I do love you, but there's a part of me that's dark. There's a part of me that's undisciplined. There's a part of me that's not great. There's a part of me that when you finally discover it, you won't want to actually love me. There's a part of me that when you finally get past the walls, you get past all the guards, you get past all the charm, you get past the persona of the game, and you get to who I actually am, there's a sense of I may get rejected here, abandoned, or betrayed if you really got to know me. This is painful stuff. Where he's in a prison of bondage to this thing. I'm telling you, right? When you're never really free when you're doing this stuff. Okay, let's go.
We're transparent about it, and she knows that, you know, me in relationships hasn't really been the greatest person up until now. She has my relationship with her wonderful mother to compare it to. Mm-hmm. You know, she just knows. Like, she's seeing us, you know, not ever being argumentative. My baby mamas don't ever be on Shade Room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I pick the good ones. But yeah, and you will never see that because I have kids by the most classy women, right? They're not even.
He has kids by the most what? Classy women. Now, how are you judging that, sir? I'm not even denying that it's even true, but how would you judge that? And why are you choosing classy women, but then don't settle down with classy women? How classy? So when you say classy, what do you really mean? Not argumentative? That don't mean classy. What do you mean? They move in a way that, because again, even classiness people, right, can have bad boundaries. Because why would they want to mess with somebody who they know there's not? Why would they want to mess with somebody who they believe, number one, is a liar and a deceiver, and number three, that has no boundaries? Why would they want to mess with somebody who really is got no discipline? Why would they want to mess with those people? And then you want to call them classy at the same time? Let's be guided here. These people also potentially have bad boundaries, have not a good sense and discernment of what love really is. Okay, all right. These are the same thing with Nick Cannon's baby mothers who decided they wanted to be part of the train. the choo-choo, the next in line, because they were thinking about money, not thinking about that. They weren't thinking about anything else but for the money and the access to status. Because if he's somebody who keeps, and again, we don't know if he's lying to these women from the very beginning, so they may also be deceived, right? But if you're gonna lie to them or you're gonna be cheating on them, I have to ask some serious questions, right? You got a particular energy about yourself. But yeah, you know that I'm sure the more will come out as we talk.
Doing the internet games.
Okay.
But yeah, my daughter just knows. She just knows that like she deserves better.
So what I'm hearing is you're aware of the women you pick. You pick good women, but you do them dirty.
Not intentionally. It's just other good women. You got to do them good too.
No.
Now listen here. Okay, listen to what he just said. His daughter deserves better than him. I'm going to tell you a very nasty truth, game. It don't matter what you deserve. It don't matter what you deserve. In this life, it does not matter what you deserve. Because the results are going to tell us what you actually got. No offense. You know what I'm saying, Chu? The results are going to tell you. Right? What a lot of people may feel like they deserve better, but your behaviors are telling us what you actually want and what you're actually going to get. So whether she deserves the world, whether she deserves a man that's faithful, deserves a man that loves her and appreciates her, based on the patterns that she's observed, based on the patterns that she's seen, she may deserve better, but she may end up getting worse because of the fact that she has not been loved correctly and told the full balance of how things should actually be. Just telling her, don't date a man like me, when she's watching your behavior over what you say, oh, don't date a man like me, but the man that you're saying shouldn't be like you, you're loving her and showing her care. So is she not going to be confused? Is she not going to be dumbfounded? My dad can't be that bad because he's loving me, taking care of me. He looks after my baby mother, my mom, right? He's respectful that way. So what can be really wrong with him? Come on now. Come on, we're creating problems here.
No, cut it out. Cut it out. What?
So, okay. So I got this wonderful woman at home, and she is wonderful.
Okay.
Beautiful, wonderful, beautiful to me.
Okay. Like in real life, or just
like I'm just saying, like period.
Okay.
I don't care if she ain't beautiful for nobody else. She's beautiful for me.
Okay.
Beautiful to me. She does everything for me, and this woman is everything. And I go outside, and this other beautiful woman is just walking past. She say, "Oh, hey, game," and I'm like, "Hey, like, what am I supposed to do with that?"
Hey, I keep it pushing.
That's rude. She could be a fan. She could be anybody. She could be God sent. You just never know.
So it could be the same for your wonderful woman who's at home, leaves the house, he's a lovely man.
That's a double
he
standard.
Could be God sent.
It's a double standard. And why it exists, I don't know. I'm not, I'm not getting touched.
That is instead.
So brother has told us basically, the brother just told us literally in this situation that for him it's double standard. He doesn't know why. If a woman comes along, he can't say no. That lack of discipline must be scary. I hear it. I was in the same place a couple of years ago, so I hear it. I'm just telling you that it's the reason why you're in that space is because of a brokenness and a woundedness in your heart, bro. And it's a mummy and a daddy issue, and he's got mummy and daddy issues, big time. Okay, all right. He's got big mummy and daddy issues, and because of that lack of love, you're also doing yourself a disservice by showing up in a way for yourself that also lacks love. The way you are treating yourself lacks love, and that's going to be showing in the way that you operate and you move.
It's the craziest thing I've heard all day.
But I do feel, like I said, I'm a super fan of monogamy. I'm a super fan of monogamy. I think that all men should be faithful to their woman. I'm trying.
What makes it so hard to be what makes it hard to not cheat?
I think it's just unexplainable. And if you again, you ain't gotta just ask me. Any man that'll be 100 with you.
Listen, don't get it twisted. We're all tempted. The question is, why do we keep falling for the temptation? We all understand temptation. Men and women alike are tempted. Why is it that you keep falling? You're not even falling for it anymore. You're walking into it. You're walking into the temptation now. And it's because your appetite for sin is greater than your appetite for life. Let me put it in a different word. Your appetite to do hurt is more greater than you not doing hurt. Let me change it a little bit. Your appetite for the selfish things in this life, right? that seemingly seem good is more important than you being selfless and showing love and care and restraint through sacrifice. You are assuming your behaviors are loving, and you know they're not. You know they're not. Right? They're not loving in that space at all.
Tell you that we don't know what it is. Nobody can seem to figure it out. I just know that women have this thing where you guys aren't worried about that. Like, you guys can stay faithful. And it's
Who's
like,
not worried about that?
women are, no, I'm saying women are just, you guys are so like, you know, most women, especially the good ones, the classy women, are so into yourself and your morals and like not being perceived a certain way that you guys lock into that. And men,
Oh, meaning they don't cheat. I thought you meant not worried about men cheating.
no. All women are worried about men cheating.
Yeah.
I think you guys worry too much about men cheating, so much that becomes the problem.
No, if you do it, you do it. It's that you don't do it because women are worrying
I
about
think
it.
it's how you cheat. It's the disrespectful cheaters that.
Is there respectful cheating?
There is respectful cheating.
What is respectful cheating?
Respectful cheating is never embarrassing your woman in public or never letting her find out. Now, if she doesn't find out and you've never embarrassed her or nobody could ever bring anything to her that would make you suspect, is it cheating?
Yes.
Now imagine how dark. Listen, I know this mindset. Of course, I understand it. Don't get it twisted. If a tree falls and nobody hears, if a tree falls and nobody hears it, does it mean does it mean that it never fell? And the reality is, for us, especially for those of us who are Christian, God sees all, man. You cannot pretend that this doesn't affect the way that you move in your relationship, right? You are bringing all sorts of energy. You want to call it spirit, call it energy, vibes, whatever. You're bringing it into your relationship, and you're bringing, and also you're embarrassing that woman. I'm sorry to say it. It don't matter how much that other woman is like, I'm okay with you cheating on your girl with me. No matter how much, that woman will eventually be talking to her friends and like, you don't know, I'll be sleeping with her man. You've given another woman a leg up on your own girl. How is that not disrespectful? How is it not disrespectful that your girl out here in the streets is being done dirty and people know that you're out here sleeping with other women and she doesn't know, none the wiser? At least if she knew, people were like, well, that's her bed, she can lie in it. But the fact that she doesn't know is actually where the pain comes from, the deceiving, the brokenness comes from, the hurt will really come from, the anger will come from, because all this time she thought you're being faithful, and really, you've actually been playing as an actor. So who's she really married? Who's she really in a relationship with? Who's she really connected with? You know what I'm saying to you? Like, that does something to the psyche, for your mind. This is how your mind is broken, because you're like, I love this man, I cared about him, and to tell me that this man was lying to me the whole entire time. What's true? Did he ever like me? Did he ever love me? Like, you know what I'm saying to you? This is wild ass behavior. But I wanna, we'll address the other thing. There's still a little bit more to go, to be honest, but I don't want to.
How? You don't know.
You know. You as
just me.
Yeah, you know, and you're okay with that. That's a problem.
To you.
It's not a problem to you?
Obviously not.
Oh my Lord Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. Are you in a current relationship?
Yes.
Where's your man right now?
Now, listen to what's going to happen here. Okay. This next part is exactly why I'm saying that this mindset is problematic, because Game could have just said, oh, it's just me. He doesn't. And this is what happens when a bad company will corrupt good morale. This is why, as a man, I can't be around people like him. Can't chill with him. Sorry, can't do it. Right? Because listen to what he's about to say. See, when people are living this lifestyle, let me tell you this. Look, when I was living this lifestyle and I was in Egypt and I was sleeping with multiple women, I told my boys, hey, stay away from me, bro. I'm infectious right now. Like, I'm doing things. My Christian brothers, I told them, listen, leave me alone. You do your own thing. Because if anything comes out, you don't want to be attached to me. Or if anything says that Coach has been sleeping around or whatever, you don't want to be attached to that name. Let me do what I'm doing. When I come back, you can be cool. But right now, I'm in the trenches, bro. You don't need to be here. I don't want to drag you down. Oh, you got a girl? Bro, don't be around me. Don't be involved in the nonsense. Don't be cheating on your girl. I told my guys that don't come and join me. If you know what I'm saying to you? Unless you're single, don't be out here with me. You know what I'm saying to you? I'm not encouraging your behavior. I'm encouraging you to stay faithful. And people around me can testify. When I was in Ghana several times, I'll say, hey, you've got a girlfriend. Don't even think about doing what we're doing. Be serious. Bro, we're single. Don't even try to get excited. I don't allow that kind of thing to happen. But the reality is, I won't want you to stick around me too much, because even if I tell you not to do something, my behavior is infectious. So this is really important.
At work.
What's he doing?
He works in the medical field.
I was just about to say that. You know that people that work in the medical field really have like work husbands and wives.
But you know the thing with me, that's a non-negotiable. If you cheat,
but he at work. You're doing an interview. You don't know what he's doing. He could be like tonguing the girl down right there in that little dark room. You know the one where you walk in with the motion and the lights just come on because the motion, but they ain't walked all the way in yet. But guess
what? When it comes, if that ever came to my attention, if that ever came to my attention, I would simply leave.
But he's doing a great job cheating on you at work because you don't know. You're sitting here happy and confident.
That's a crazy thing to say.
It happens every day. It's what I'm trying to tell you. So your man, right? Stay with him because he's hiding it well.
That is.
Look, my half an hour's up, but look, part 2 will do probably. I might come up a little bit later on in the evening and do a part 2, but that is nuts behavior. And a lot of this is because of what he's actually experienced as a child. He's gone through gun violence. He's seen people pass away. He's been, parents have abandoned him. You know, he's been through a lot in his childhood. I'm not giving him an excuse. I'm talking about pathology. That's why he can't think like us normal folks, because his life was not normal. Get me? So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to come back. Appreciate you guys. Stay locked, loaded. We'll see you again soon. Much love and much appreciation. Tara.